Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you all for joining me at this time. My name is Shavi Zain, and I'm coming on to bring a message for the chosen. If you find that this resonates with you in any way, please be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below, and let us know how this resonates with your circumstance. So, chosen, I got to tell you, there are people out here who are very frantic right now. They are very afraid of what is coming their way. These are people who chose the path of wickedness to work up against you, to try to stop you from your divine unions, to try to stop you from your purpose, to try to stop you from realizing your potential, your gifts. They tried to block your finances. They tried to mess with your health. I mean, they were relentless. Many of you are aware of the roadblocks that was ahead of you or in front of you, but you kept persevering. You never gave up. You kept fighting back. Okay. You accepted the challenge and you realized that you were divinely protected and that it was going to take for you to maintain control and to put up your defenses to ensure that these low vibrational energies could not mess with your mind or, have you on this emotional roller coaster, feeling helpless or powerless in your situation. And so you did just that. You called on the Most High and your spiritual team, and they have been working on your behalf to definitely ensure that you are divinely protected at all times. And so there are people who's out here very frantic, like they are working really, really hard to try to undo the magic and the spell work that they sent towards you, chosen. They're trying to figure it out. Many of them are trying to figure it out before this full moon comes in. They're trying to figure out how to undo the spell work that they sent towards you because they have been feeling the backfire. Like when I tell you that boomerang effect is hitting their ass, I'm telling you, it is knocking them down like bowling pins. They are watching each other tumble and fall. And it's scaring the hell out of them because this most recent ritual that they did towards you was probably what they would have considered their most powerful arsenal. And because they pushed it that far, they understand the aftermath and the karma that's getting ready to hit them if they don't hurry up and try to undo it. But see, the thing is, they didn't realize that this one right here was a ritual that they did on themselves. Because you are in such a high vibration at this point that that energy would not touch you. It would never touch you. They thought they had you in the right energy emotionally. They thought that they had sent enough stumbling blocks to get you low vibrational, to get you worried, to get you confused and thrown off, deceiving yourself. They thought they had you in the right energy to be able to send this magic towards you so that it would be effective. But they now know that it was not. They now know that damage control has to be done, but they don't have a clue as to how to prevent this thing from hitting them. And the Most High is not going to give them that answer. The demons, the deities, the false high priest, high priestess that they work with, they don't have the answer. All of them are scrambling. All of them are afraid. All of them know that the Grim Reaper is on the way. They just don't know who is getting ready to hit next. They have no idea that they sacrificed themselves trying to sacrifice you, but now they recognize. Now they realize they're having epiphanies about who you are. They're awakening to who you are. They are, without a doubt, they know that you are powerful and they know where your strength comes from. They recognize that you are, in fact, a divine being that you would never give up. You transform flawlessly. You accept challenges flawlessly, effortlessly. You find the sweet spot in everything in life. And you're still optimistic. You're still looking ahead. You're still anticipating the best outcome because you know what you deserve. And so you're still making progress. In spite of their attempts to slow you down, you're still making progress. And this is why they know who you are now. This is how they know, because they've been watching you like it's nobody's business. And many of you have been putting, messages out there, whether you have social media platforms or, you're speaking in some way. They're finding out that you know about their deception. They're finding out that you see them. It's like you're looking right at them. I don't know if these people are having dreams, if they're getting visions, but they know that you know. They know that you are aware of their betrayal and deception and that they haven't gotten away with anything. You saw their strategy before they even could think of it because the Most High revealed it to you. Through your healing, you've gained great wisdom. Your spiritual gifts have become amplified times 1,000. And so you was getting these messages about the deception, the envious, jealous individuals that was working up against you. And you've been calling them out in some way, shape, or form, whether they was getting these messages in the spiritual realm or here in the 3D, they understand that you know. But what's more important outside of the fact that they know that you know is the fact that now that you know, they recognize the authority that you have to call judgment, and that's what they fear. They fear the authority that you have to call judgment because they realize that every single time that you called judgment, somebody that was a part of their crew got knocked out, got taken down, took a lot of losses. Like they're literally watching this happen and they are terrified. It's like a horror film. Who's about to get it next? And this is their karma. They called this to themselves. And now everything is being returned to sender times 1,000. They can't take it. They wasn't built for it tough. They was not built to deal with the type of things that they tried to send towards you. See, the reason why they thought it was going to be effective is because they knew that if it happened to them, life would be over with. Half of the things that they was wishing for to happen to you, that they was conjuring up demons and doing spell work and whipping up this old Google textbook witches brew, they knew that if it happened to them, life would be over. So they assumed that if they sent it towards you, that you was going to become just this weakened vessel, passively allowing life to beat you down. That's what they thought. But they didn't realize that those flames and that fire that they were sending towards you was strengthening you and empowering you. It was activating your DNA. It was giving you access to your Akashic records. It was awakening your spiritual gifts. They had no idea that they would be the energy that would actually awaken you out of sleep. They had no idea. Like this completely has thrown them for a loop to know that the spell work that they was doing towards you actually empowered you to realize the strength that you have in the spiritual realm. It reminded you of how powerful you are. It reminded you that you are a spirit having a human experience. And so it showed you that if somebody else can come in and even to the slightest bit manipulate your existence through spell work, and they're low vibrational and they still can manipulate to the point where it affects you, it reminded you how much more power you possess to utilize energy to shift and to alchemize your own existence. And now you embrace that power. Now you accept the power and the authority that mother and father has given you. And because you have accepted it and you no longer fear your strength, you no longer fear the power that's been granted to you, you utilize it with confidence and authority. These people now realize the ranking that you truly possess in the spiritual realm. They had no idea. They were sleeping on you, chosen. They slept on you. But now, as a result, you awakened to your authority and they awakened to the authority that's been granted to you. So now everybody is woke. And no one is going to miss the massive changes that's getting ready to happen on both ends. They're not going to miss the elevation that's happening for you. And you most certainly won't miss the destruction that's getting ready to happen for them. We all get a front row seat in this thing called life. Because see, folks need to recognize, I don't care how many people you gather. I don't care how many false high priests, witches, warlocks, sorcerers. I don't care how many of them you bring together. They do not possess the type of power that a divine chosen being possesses. They just can't. And so this is a very vital lesson to those who want to sit out there doing this textbook doggone magic, thinking that you're doing something because it worked on Sally and Sue, because it worked on Keisha and Dwayne, just because it worked on low vibrational beings who were not in their power. You should never assume that it would work on someone you ain't even checked them out. You don't even know who they are. You don't know who their backing is. You don't know their bloodline. You don't know their past lives. You don't know their assignment. You don't know their potential. You don't know the authority they possess in the spiritual realm. You don't know who their mother and father is in the spiritual realm, but yet and still you're foolish enough to assume that they're just like every other Tom, Dick, and Harry out here, and you can just go around doing whatever you please out of hatred, out of ego, out of pride, thinking that you got the authority just because your little spell work worked on a few people. Now some folks done hyped you up. They done blew your head up to the point where you think you can mess with any and everybody. These fools are finding out that foolish people that play foolish games get foolish rewards. And so now they are frantic. How can we reverse this? They're crying, they're stressed, they're having anxiety, they're losing sleep at night. They don't know what to hell, they don't know what to do. But every part of what's coming to them, including the mental anguish, the lack, the losses, the illness, the losing their positions in their communities, because some of these people was giving higher ranking in their spiritual communities because of what they was able to do to others. They really had folks believing that they were in fact the high priest, the high priestess. They had a whole lot of people fooled. And so those people that was fooled by this person's ability to harm others was stupid enough to join forces with them, thinking that if they all worked together, that teamwork would make the dream work. But teamwork made the nightmare more real in their 3D reality. That's what the teamwork did. They literally all came together and shot missiles at one another, messing with you, chosen. Because the armor and the protection that surrounds you is bulletproof. It's spell proof. It's evil eye proof. They had no idea that this would transform you into a divine being who you was created to become. They had no idea that they would expedite the process of your transformation through their foolishness. all of the hexes, all of the spell work that they did. Now these people are in despair. They're falling apart. They're sinking, drowning in their own tears and fears because they have no idea what judgment looks like. All they know is that they feel that cloud of doom hovering over them. All they know is that their dreams is telling them that something is coming. Okay, the hairs are standing up on their arms and on the back of their necks. And every time they look around, they're looking over their shoulder. They can't even drive from one destination to another without fear that it might be their doom. They know it's coming. They just don't know how. This is a very important lesson to these beings. And if any one of their other little flunkies that want to try to, hey, I'll step up to the plate. Let me see if I can handle them. You better sit your ass down. Because this is the time of judgment. It's just like when your grandmother told you, when it starts lightning and thundering, you better sit down and you better be quiet. Get your behind in the house and sit down. That's what these beings better do. Because it's lightning and it's thundering right now. The Most High is speaking. Okay? Your spiritual team is speaking. The signs are cautioning them left and right to sit down. But see, they was forewarned after they did the first hex, and after they did the second one and the third one and the fourth one. They was warned every single time. But it was all a matter of divine timing before they would get to this place right here. Because see, the Most High and your spiritual team gave them some leeway. They gave them a little bit of wiggle room, It's all about free will. You have the authority to decide if you're going to withdraw and see the ill, the sickness and do something to try and redeem yourself. You have more than ample opportunity to try and fix your wrongs, right your wrongs. So they had wiggle room to either keep on going. Okay, y'all want to keep going? Cool. Do what you got to do. Because see, we over here making sure that this chosen being is divinely protected and that everything that you send towards them is only strengthening them. So go right ahead. All right. But just know that we're taking notes. Just know that we are writing it down. Nothing is going unseen. And if you think that you're throwing stones and hiding your hand, you hide nothing because everything is being recorded. So that when judgment day comes, which is here now, okay, in the physical, in the flesh, everything has been recorded. And your spiritual team chosen made sure that you understood what's going on so that when you called judgment, you knew exactly what type of judgment to call. Because you understood where the blockages was coming from. Even if you don't necessarily know the names of the people, you was given the energy of the people. Some of y'all was being given divine messages that was so strong and thorough that you was even given faces and names. And so now, it's the time of a massive change. A massive transition is happening. And this is definitely the ending of a cycle. These people have lost all of their ranking and all of their authority, and they will never get it back. They will never receive it back. Some of these people had genuine spiritual gifts that they could have used to help humanity. They could have used a lot of those spiritual gifts to actually destroy and tear down the structure and the empire of the powers that were. But they chose to use their so-called gifts against the chosen. They perverted their gifts. They abused their positions. And so now all of those gifts are being stripped away. Their health is being stripped away. Their financial abundance is stripped away. Their unions are being stripped away. Their family dynamics is being stripped away. Their authority, everything that they possessed, that they found value in, that they cherished, is being stripped away. And so, unfortunately, for those, well, fortunately, actually, it is fortunate because they need this. Balance has to be restored, so they need this. But unfortunately for them, they will not be able to find anything to undo the hexes and the curses that they've tried to send towards the chosen. I don't care how much they look. I don't care how many people they hire. I don't care how much they pray. They will not be able to undo these curses because it's their curse. It's their curse to live out. They have to play out the energy of that curse. That's why it can't be erased. They think that they're trying to stop it from coming to you, not realizing that you put the energy out there. You forgot that energy cannot be destroyed. It can only be transferred or transmuted. And so now it has been transferred and it's going right back to the sender. Because chosen, y'all have done enough work out there to where these people are no longer useful. Your spiritual team no longer needs, is no longer, because they never needed them in the first place. Your spiritual team is no longer using these low vibrational beings to help awaken you. Their position is done. Their part in sending that spell work towards you and your spiritual team, giving them a little bit of leeway to let just a couple of things affect you, is done. It's over with because you've awakened. You're completely awakened and you're not going back to sleep. And so now that the Most High and your spiritual team is clear about your position because you know who you are, you've come into remembrance of your assignment. You've come into remembrance of your authority because you are very clear about your position here. They are no longer useful. So now they have to deal with what's coming. So all I can say is get ready. Get ready for your brand new beginning because you've passed the test. Beautiful things are coming towards you, chosen. You get rewarded and recognized for persevering and maintaining your space of gratitude and integrity in spite of what was happening to you. And now you just step to the side because your spiritual team is getting ready to handle your enemies. That's my message for you all. I love you. If you find that it resonates, like and subscribe. And I'll talk to you all next time.